All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. As I was getting ready to record this pod, I just took a moment because we had this truly amazing session today in our community. This is, of course, our the best of the best of the best of our community, people who have committed to building something that is much more than just themselves. Of course, I'm talking about healers and coaches. Okay, there's no voice. There's no voice. Can you just double check that? Let me know if you're able to hear me. Before I go any further, let me just double check. Can you give me a check? Check. You can hear. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, as I was saying, that this session today was absolutely amazing, and we explored something that I thought, let me just put this into context. Um, in especially as healers and coaches, something that we deal with is building communities. And up until maybe a couple of years ago, community building was not such a big focus for most of us. We started off maybe doing one on one coaching, maybe one on one healing, and that pretty much kind of was the gig, right? It wasn't about anything more than that. Now, interestingly, what has, of course, changed over a period of time is that we now recognize that building community really is a really vital part of the work that we do. And in saying this, remember, and I'm going to share three observations with you, something that I have noticed having now been building and running a community for the last couple of years. And if I go back in time for several years, maybe different avatars, but there's always been a community aspect. And so the first thing is just remember that you are key. I'll say that again. Remember that you are key. By this, obviously, I mean that it's you that really grows the community, it's you that builds the community, and of course, it is you that founds or starts the community. So, you really are key to building this community. And so, the more you're willing to do the work, the more you're willing to show up for your community, the more you will not only receive, but you'll also be able to create a community that is magical, a community that sticks together, a community that grows together. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Remember that you are key. The second thing, of course, is that in this day and age, where it's so easy to get distracted, remember to keep it simple. In the many avatars that I've been in over the years, when I have kept it simple, it has been easy to build and grow the community. The moment we try to complexify it, that's when it gets uh, pretty difficult to manage the community. So, for those of you out there, especially as healers and coaches, thinking of building your community, this is the second thing I can tell you, which is to keep it simple. We make it a point to meet pretty much every day of the week. Simple enough to follow, simple enough to understand. We meet every Monday and Friday, no matter what, simple enough to understand. And for those who truly are receiving value, they make it a point to show up in a lot of our other programs. And the process is simple, the intention is simple, and it really is about, literally recognizing that you are the key. So the more personal work that you do, the more you work on your mindset, the more you work on your heart, that really is what helps the community to grow. And the third thing, and this is really where it all comes together, which is remember to allow. There have been times in the past when that aspect of the allowing was harder for me to do, and so it became harder to grow the community. The moment I made it less about me and more about the community, and the moment I was willing to allow, that really is where all the miracles started to come together. And I've been very fortunate to see the community grow, not just in width, but also in depth. So, the way people show up, the kind of sharing that people do, the trust and that belief in each other and the community, a lot of that has to do with allowing. So, as I said today, the discovery was, how do you practice allowing? It is in the word itself, which is to love. When you are willing to love, not only love yourself, but also love each member of the community and love the community as a collective, that really is when this becomes a field of gold, a field of miracles, and a field of magic. So, as always, I truly appreciate you, and thank you to those of you who showed up live. Here it shows me there are at least 4 people at this point. So, thank you for showing up live and making this community what it is. I know at this point I think Raji is here and Sangeeta as well. So, thank you all for showing up. And for those of you who are out there, whether you're watching this live on whichever channel, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever you may be watching this, just remember that you are more than you even recognize yourself, and that you have more that you can share with the world. So, as always, I truly appreciate you and want to thank you once again. And having said all of that, of course, as always, remember to live your purpose. God bless, and of course, I will see you in the next one. Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up, and see you in a couple of hours.